Okay, we're going to show off our new HUD. Well, hopefully we're going to show off our new HUD. It says we're live, but it ain't working. Whoops. Well, turn on the right thing. There we go. Now we're cooking. There it goes. Having a rough time getting it started here. Yeah, this just ain't working very well. Don't know what the problem is, but it's just not feeding to do it with. There it goes. There it goes. Okay, we're running all the way to Mattis. Yeah, I don't know how to get warp. I guess you gotta have, yeah, I don't have any warp destinations. There are none in the game, obviously, for whatever reason. It says no warp beacons. I guess I have to own them or have to be shared. Just a damn shame, but you can't warp unless you have a large construct or you're a member of a guild. Obviously, so we could bought a warp core. We got one. We can't use it, obviously. So we're using autopilot. We're off to Mattis. I gotta go out there and pick up some stuff anyway. I'll probably mine a little bit. I'm trying to set up a fuel cell in this assembly line. But this HUD is a lot nicer than what we did have. A lot nicer. Now, if I remember correctly, I can turn everything off, turn everything on the HUD. As you can see. And you can go. And it gives me everything I need. Kind of like it. Kind of like it. A lot better. I got bigger fuel tanks now. And you have free look. As you can tell, I have no idea why these things are going off. What the hell is the deal with the adjusters? Why are they running? Never seen that before. Never ever have seen that before. I don't take no fuel, so I guess it's not a big deal. And we are picking up a radar contact on occasion. But I just thought I'd show off this HUD from Dementia. I guess created this, and I'm really liking it so far. I tested it out on my small ship because I didn't want to crash and burn this sucker because it takes forever to repair. But it's got autopilot and shit. I mean, it works pretty good.
Do I call them when I get there?
Why?
What am I supposed to do when I get there?
When you get there, they just put when it's done, they'll put your name on a little sticky note and put it on the window.
Okay.
Then you just walk up to the door. They got it set up so you open the door and they got a window there. Yeah. I mean, it ain't no big deal. It works really well. Sorry, Chinese food's coming. I'll stream until that gets here, but we're really not going to be doing much here. As well, you see what we get, what we have. Like I say, I do like this HUD. It is so much cleaner. I even added an extra orbiting HUD up there. It's kind of neat to play with. Kind of neat. Some things are neat. Well, that's kind of weird if that locks it back. It said it didn't do that, but it looks like it does to me. But it will. If you're going to use the autopilot feature, make sure you have nothing between you and where you're going, because it will run through planets, which pretty much means splat, but just make sure you are clean. It doesn't do real short distances. They say nothing less than 2 SU. I did with my other ship. I took off a sanctuary moon and it autopiloted Find Alioth, so that's what, a little under 8 SU. It worked fine. Probably wouldn't go to the one of the moons though. One moon is awfully close. Don't try taking it there. The other one's farther away, so it will accelerate. It will pick the best path. It does not try to run into the planet. And as you can see, it accelerated us to max speed, and then it backed the throttle off to 0. So I think the guy has done a really good job. Like I say, you can check it out. Just Google it, I guess. Dementia, DU HUD, Dual Universe HUD from Dementia. Dementia, CIA, not TIA. If you're interested in using it. Sure looks a lot better than all that shit that Dual Universe put up there, I'll say that. I kind of like it. And you can change the HUD colors if you're into HUD colors. I mean, this one's, it's set up blue, but you can change it to any color in RGB. All you have to do is know what the numbers are. So I'm giving the guy a plug. He did a really good job. Titties and beer. And it will also work for your little remote boat. If you have a remote, you want the ship to follow you, it will follow you if you're aboard another ship. Kind of some neat features in there. I don't know them all. Like I said, I've used it one time previously. And I was kind of hope each planet would at least have a warp beacon just for general use, but I guess that's not included in the game. You actually have to know where one's at, I guess, and have permission to use it. kind of sucks that there's no. And you can only put a warp beacon, from what I understand, in a large space construct. So first of all, you have to be able to put down a large space construct, which is not cheap to build one. I've already looked into it. It's tier 4. And then you have to put the construct wherever you want it. And then you have to put in a beacon. And it will only go in a large. Mediums don't work. Such is life. There's a radar contact, getting a little closer, but I doubt if he gets in range. And I normally hit the halfway point with my own space station, but it's only a medium. But I just thought we'd take a direct route this time. Don't need to stop, so I'm not going to. And I'll probably mine some here because, like I say, I'm setting up a new assembly line for fuel cells, warp cells, and it gonna need to get fed. Although some of the stuff from here I can use, some of it I can't. But you can never have too many resources. I look at it. Since I'm running all the way out here, I might as well pick some more up. Yep. But yeah, this HUD is really clean. And it tells you your fuel and your tanks. Tells your pitch, your yaw, your throttle, gravity, speed. And it even tells you altitude when you're on around a planet or a moon. We're out here in space. There's, of course, no need for that. Plus, it gives you structural integrity. So when you're getting your ass blown away by them evil pirates, you know how much of your ass is left. And this autopilot will even brake for you, amazingly enough. Or it'll flip and burn if it can't brake. If your brake is too little, too late, it will flip and burn, which is kind of fuel wasteful, but it'll do it. There are several variables you may have to adjust. Warm-up time on your engine's a variable, depending on the size of your engines. It takes all that into account when it's getting you out of there. And of course, you can at any time turn off the autopilot just by hitting the shift key, holding it down, move the mouse over it, it'll disable the autopilot. It will altitude hold in the atmosphere. You can enable turn and burn. You can begin again landing. You can begin again. You know what? You can do everything. Brake is on a toggle. Pretty slick little Lua program. I couldn't have made it, but then I don't know a thing about Lua programming. So all I knew was I could not stand the default HUD blocking every view in the screen. So obviously they just intended for people to do what Dementia's done and make decent HUDs for them, so they didn't have to mess with it. Looks a lot nicer than the ones in Star Citizen, I'll say that. And like I said, we're just streaming this to show it off a little bit for everybody. It does show up in all versions. Once again, if you want to free look, you have to hit the all key. It's on a toggle now. And the difference is when you do change it and you take the toggle off now, instead of it jamming back to lock, it stays in the position you put it in. As you can tell, I see that thruster finally turned off. So you can actually now set it and forget it, and that'll make for some better screenshots. As you can tell, you can turn it and lock it and it stays in space. How can you go wrong? I kind of like that it does that instead of locking out. Yes, I do. So you can take a real good gander all around your ship now and take screenshots and not have to worry about I still have a pet peeve about all these goddamn radars you need on a ship. I have 3 gunner seats in there and every one of them needs their own radar, including the pilot seat. Now I would think one radar would be good for the whole ship, but obviously that's not the way it's designed, so there you have it. Just a pet peeve of mine. You got to carry around as many more radars than you got guns. And you can't switch between atmospheric radar and space radar without getting out of your ship and changing the damn links. So, hopefully somewhere in the future that gets fixed or changed or made sensible. Because I'm telling you, the way it is right now, it just is really Mickey Mouse. And before you bother with a warp drive, make sure you got destinations that you can use, because somebody in a small core ship. This is a medium core. It'll put about 1,000 tons ship and cargo into space. I only have one large container in it. I actually have a couple containers. I do have ammo containers in it, but a couple small ones, a couple medium ones. But I could easily increase its capacity if I really wanted to, but I'm only going to mine so much anyway. I mean, I mine everything. I don't buy resources and stuff. I mine it and construct it myself, but I get bored with it. I'm not going to mine for hours and hours and hours. So it carries all the cargo I need. And it's not super fast, but when it's loaded up, it'll get to, takes about 10 SU, maybe a little more when it's fully loaded to get to max speed. Of course, it's better than that when it's empty. Josh's Peanuts. Couple medium-sized cores. They're probably bigger than me. I didn't take up very much of the whole. Like I say, this ship's built on a medium core, and I didn't really take up. I didn't need any more room, although it could seem a little crowded with a warp core in there. But I didn't get carried away with making big conglomerates. All that mass is mass, and you have to overcome the mass to be able to fly right. So I made it the size that fit for me. And I really do like this one. This is about my sixth ship, I guess. I made five others. One of them I kept. A little ship I use for close range and atmospheric stuff, running to markets and stuff, selling stuff. I keep that. I've disabled or dismantled the rest of them. I just kept the parts for other things. Some of them were on this ship, if they were capable of being on this ship. Uh, but I can't see on the ground. I can't see having more than two. Now I do have a spaceship station, and I'll probably make a couple space-only ships, one or two. Though it's not a big hurry to do. It's not in PvP space, so I really probably not no big hurry to do it. Now I eventually might make even a bigger ship if when I ever get up to the point where I can make anti-gravity pulsars and stuff. I might give that a whirl to see how that works out. Like I say, this is there is travel times in this game. Or a warp would be nice. I was hoping that there'd be a warp beacon for everybody to use out here from Dual Universe. One at every planet. I was hoping. But I guess I could have asked. Probably got told, yeah, right. But there's not. Or maybe there is, and you have to go there with a warp beacon or a warp drive to be able to read them, see they're there. I don't know. But something tells me that you actually got to be a member or a friend of the person who has one, or a member of their guild or something, be able to use their warp beacons. Something tells me nobody's setting one up just for general use. Who knows? But I really, really like this HUD. I mean, this pretty much, makes the whole space experience. That stuff they had up there wasn't very nice. Yeah. Yep, I like. We're just cruising along. Oh. And it will put us in orbit when we get there. All by itself. Which is kind of neat. Kinda neat. Goodness. Don't know what else to say about it. Thought I'd show it off. Well, I'm pretty sure I'll be using it from now on. That's what I think anyway. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here. This is gets boring here. We still got what, 20 minutes probably before we're there. Good 20 minutes, I'm sure. We will